Very conducive for severe storms as we get into the later hours of the afternoon. Hi, everybody. Welcome into Weather Underground on this Monday. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Chris Bruin. We're tracking a potential not only for severe weather, Alex, but tornadoes right on cue. April 1st, April, one of the peak months here when it comes to severe weather. And we're looking at right in the heart of the middle of the country from the southern plains up into the Ohio River Valley with that Torcon of 5 for Missouri, Oklahoma, watching northern Arkansas, and all the way over towards St. Louis and western Illinois.
Yeah, so the expectation is we are going to get severe weather. We will likely see tornado watches issued, and some of these tornadoes could be on the higher end. So those would be the EF2 or greater. That's what we know when we have these Torcon values of 4 and 5. So a much more significant severe threat than the lower numbers would bring.
So the area I'm standing in, we'll dissect this a little further. There's also going to be other threats, including hail. And if you're in Oklahoma, southwest Arkansas, or northwest Arkansas, southwest Missouri, we could see hail. And these storms will likely start up in the next few hours. So pay attention, have your plan in place. It's that time of year. Hopefully you have your, I know they clean out their storm shelters. They use their storage in the wintertime, and then when they got to clear that out so you can actually get down there, make sure everything's stocked up.
Yeah, you don't want it to be like scary, dirty, dusty. You want it to be a hospitable place because obviously when the time comes to get to it, you want to go. Hail very likely across parts of Oklahoma. You can see that very likely zone has Oklahoma City right in the middle, and there are a lot of areas where, again, 2-inch or greater diameter hail is likely.
Yeah, and then the damaging wind potential, of course, that's always a threat when we talk about severe weather. Damaging winds, straight line winds that could exceed 60, 70 miles per hour can't be ruled out. Of course, with large hail, you're going to have strong winds to associate that.
Yes, and as you mentioned, the tornado threat is definitely there, big possibility. And so a lot of these areas bracing for tornado watches, which would mean be ready for tornado warnings, and then the time is to move.
And we've had higher risk days in the past years, but this is our most widespread threat that we've had this year alone, and it will continue into tomorrow.
Yeah, lots of metros. I mean, Oklahoma City, St. Louis, up towards Kansas City. So we've got a lot of people, a lot of real estate in the zone today. Kansas City feeling good about it. And, you know, well, when we looked at the path of this, months and years ago, you were like, ugh, Northeast in April could be rocky. And we are 7 days away, just over, we're 7 days on the dot, 7 days, 20 minutes and 40 seconds. So next week's total solar eclipse promises to be a show from Texas all the way up to the Northeast. The question is, are you going to have the clouds or not, right? And that's the million-dollar question for a lot of folks. We've got our team coverage. We are fanned out from Texas all the way up to the Northeast. They'll even have some crews in New England at least giving us views. But I'm getting a little nervous about Dallas because now we shouldn't buy into this, right? Because we still have a week left. We start to look at trends, but I'm not going to live and die by the forecast today. Expect a lot of changes here in the week to come. But looking at the European model, forecast for cloud cover by Monday afternoon, as Chris pointed out, maybe better viewing conditions up into parts of the Northeast and New England than what we'll have in the southern plains. And again, you ask everybody a while ago what they would have banked on. I'll tell you what they would have banked on. Dallas or Fredericksburg. Right now, European model says overcast in Fredericksburg, basically in Dallas. As we get up towards Carbondale, Indianapolis, a little better chance of clearing. And then again, as we get up into parts of New England, better chance of clearing. Niagara Falls would be one spot. Even though I'm not there, would love to see them get in on some of the clear skies, because what a view that would be. GFS model says overcast for Fredericksburg to Russellville, overcast in Niagara Falls, but that break in the Midwest and that break in the Northeast and New England for next Monday afternoon. Forecast, or the past cloud cover on April 8th. You can see 2021, 2022, 2023. It's been kind of tough out there. And then we take you out west where we want to get a check of the Sierra snowpack. It has been a pretty good season. A lot of these running close to even above average. Monthly snowfall at the Sierra Snow Lab at Donner Pass. You can see once we got into the new year, things really got going. 73 plus inches in January, over 100 inches in February, and almost 132 inches coming down during the month of March. So again, across a lot of the Sierras, we are either close to or above average when we look at that snow water equivalent. So if you melt down that snowpack, how does it compare? How much do you have in water equivalent? And how does that compare to average? So some good news here across the Sierras. Remember, the snowpack is critical for the water supply throughout the season, Chris, even more so than rain, because you want that slower melt off.
Absolutely. We're getting to that